It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We are at United Center in the Windy City. Tonight, the Chicago Bulls taking on the Brooklyn Nets. The opening tip to the Bulls, and we're underway at United Center. To Vucevic. Big finish at the rim.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Kevin Durant has it.
Jay Williams, kid from Jersey, rooted for the Nets growing up. And where do you live now? Brooklyn.
Of course, I'm following my favorite team, and these comments are probably going to sound biased because they are. But Brooklyn is a completely different place. Only 5 minutes outside Manhattan. It almost feels like a suburb of the city. And the fact that it's culturally relevant, it just feels like Brooklyn is the new place to be.
To Ball. Short jumper off the mark.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
To Harden. Durant. Can't connect from in close. Levine to Vucevic. Nikola Vucevic. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Griffin scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Ball into the front court. He'll run the offense. Here comes the screen. Levine to DeRozan. Levine. His first effort off the mark.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Lonzo with it. Down 2. To DeRozan. Here comes the screen. Short jumper misses. To Harden. Griffin.
His hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Lonzo Ball brings it up the floor to Vucevic. The shot almost. To Durant. Harden. Kevin Durant. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
Ball with the basketball. 10-4 is the score. To Vucevic. Missed it. How'd that not go down? Allen Crabbe matched up with DeRozan. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2" guard. Scary.
Now the Bulls will take the timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Shifting gears, here comes some substitutions. Ball to Levine. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit.
to Griffin. Durant to Allen Crabbe.
The NBA Season 9 2021 games and highlights will be coming up next on Sports Action Infinity 2-2.
Knocked down. Stanley Johnson against KD. Here comes the screen. Johnson to Ball.
Ed, I'm going to gloat about my old team here for a second. Did you know the Bulls are the only NBA franchise to win multiple championships and never lose an NBA Finals series in their history?
6-0 right now. It helped to have a guy named MJ. But, Jay, think about this. If he's not gone those 2 seasons, maybe it's 8 straight finals wins. To Allen Crabbe. They'll get it to Durant. Kevin Durant. That's now 5 in a row without a single miss.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
To Vucevic. Ball to Vucevic. Has a chance. And the rebound taken down by Griffin. Down low, Aldridge. Bulls with it. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Durant with the basketball up top. Up by 6. Nothing going here on that drive. He was smothered and still gets it to go down. How do you neutralize a threat like Kevin Durant?
Well, that weak side defender constantly has to shade Kevin Durant, and that primary defender, you have to funnel KD into help every single possession, contest shots, and hope that you can deter his vision and that he misses.
Griffin to Durant. To Griffin. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
That was a tough shot. The guy was in your pocket. He even contested the shot. Everything was going according to plan until then.
Vucevic. Can't connect. Defense did its job that time. To Harden. Griffin. Nothing going here on that drive. Nikola Vucevic swats it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
For Durant, down low. Great pass, setting up the basket. Now whistle. We'll get a timeout called by Chicago as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. New blood coming in for both sides. Stepping in for Chicago, number 10, Levine goes to the left side. DeRozan defended by the former Longhorn Aldridge. To Zach LaVine. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Game 1-0 Charlotte Hornets 1-0-6 Los Angeles Clippers 1-2-0 final.
Zach LaVine at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 82%. Free throw good, a three-point play, and they're back within single digits, down by 9. The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. to Durant. Irving to Durant. Here comes the screen. Durant up against DeRozan. He gets it.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball, you're capitalizing on mistakes, and you really built a nice lead.
To DeRozan. Levine. Driving right to the bench.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Irving to Durant.
Game 1-0 Houston Rockets 107 Golden State Warriors 120 final.
Durant can't get that one to go. Ball with it up top. Down 11. Levine to DeRozan.
Hey, watch this screen left.
The screen sets him up
Game
for
1-0 San Antonio Spurs 9-4 Oklahoma City Thunder 9-9 final.
Brooklyn with the basketball. Irving to Durant. Probing the defense. Durant matched up with DeRozan. Here comes the screen. Brooklyn with 4 to shoot. Nikola Vucevic pins it. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, short.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
To Durant.
Game 1-0 Utah Jazz 1-0 Orlando Magic 107 final.
Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
It's DeRozan. To Levine. Brooklyn secures the rebound. Here's Irving into the front court. It's a 9-point lead. Finishing inside the paint on that one. We get a whistle and a timeout as they'll get a minute to regroup and talk things over.
Game 1-0 Milwaukee Bucks 9-4 Washington Wizards 101 final.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. To Zach Levine. Chicago with 4 to shoot. Trying to cash in. Yes, it drops. A little drama on that one.
I mean, I don't know how much better the defense has to play you on that one. The guy was right in your grill and you still knocked it down.
Durant to Irving. Down to 5 on the 24. Kevin Durant. He's unconscious. 75%.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
To Stanley Johnson. To Vucevic.
Game 1-0 Indiana Pacers 9-4 Sacramento Kings 9-1 final.
Kevin Durant lets it fly. That's no good. Long heave from three-quarters. Shot from three-quarters court is good. He buries it. Who does this guy think he is? Few would take it. He drills it. And that's how the first quarter comes to an end. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. To Durant. Has a chance. Knocks it down. Off the step back. Kevin Durant. Dynamic once again.
And giving it to you any way you want it. On the block, from the perimeter, mouse in the house, whatever the scenario is, Kevin Durant has an answer.
To DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Durant picked up by DeRozan. A big finish at the rim. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
DeRozan defended by Kevin Durant. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
And hits the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. To Griffin. Shot clock winding down. Fires the 3. DeMar Carroll is going to get 3 shots here. For his career, 73%. First free throw is good. Knocks down the second free throw. Settles for a 2-0-3 trip. To Stanley Johnson. No good. Right. To Millsap. Down to 5 on the 24. Millsap. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Bulls with the basketball.
Hey, double screen.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Short jumper off the mark.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
To Griffin. They'll work it down to Millsap. Oh, Millsap. He's 2 for 2 now.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
A drive baseline, but the shot won't go. To Millsap. Scores from the post.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Here comes the screen. To Vucevic. And a throwdown.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
To Griffin. Oh, Millsap. Oh, the defense has to adjust. He's 4 for 4 to start this one.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
To Vucevic. Slams it down. Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Entering the game for Brooklyn, number 13, James Harden.
Nikola Vucevic tips it. That's his third block this evening and draws contact. So it's Griffin going to the line for 2.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
First try at the line, no good. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Bulls with the rock. DeRozan. And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
To Ball. To Levine. Rocking the rim. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Harden. Textbook defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Levine to Vucevic. Has a look. DeRozan with a shot that misses. To Harden. Griffin. There's a pass stolen by Chicago. Ball to Stanley Johnson. Levine to DeRozan. Swings it. Short jumper won't go down. Harden with it up top. The lead stands at 9.
Screen left coming, screen left coming, screen left.
To Griffin. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
For 3, and knocks it down. Jay, for the defender, tough to gamble once the ball's behind the arc.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Griffin to Aldridge. The drive right to the basket. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
James Harden trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 85% free throw shooter. And he misses that one free throw. Ball into the front court. They find themselves down 10. Turns and slams it down.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ball game.
Nets have the basketball to Griffin. A bad pass, and the Bulls have it. And throws it down.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Harden with the basketball. Up by 6. To Allen Crabbe. They get it down to Millsap. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Paul Millsap. We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Number 24, LaMarcus Aldridge. Into the game for the Chicago Bulls. Number 45, Denzel Valentine.
Levine. To Vucevic. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. Now the Nets going to take a timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game.
Turn to page 15 in today's game program for the latest trivia question and submit your answer on the team website. The lucky winner will have a chance to receive $500 by making a half-court shot.
Harden to Millsap. Oh, Millsap. Can't ask for much more. He's perfect. 5 for 5 from the field.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. Levine to Ball. Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Harden in possession, up by 3. To Millsap. Paul Millsap. It's like he's shooting into the ocean. He has not missed.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Here comes the screen. Levine to Vucevic. Fine to shoot for the Bulls. 24-second violation. Time to shuffle things up.
Subbing in for the Chicago Bulls, number 10, DeMar DeRozan.
Here's Harden with the rock. To Millsap. Sizing up the defense. Millsap. To Allen Crabbe. Harden. Man, that was a tough shot. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Nothing going here on that drive. Chicago with 4 to shoot. Lonzo Ball. Can't get the bounce. Harden in possession. Final minute, first half. Down low, Aldridge. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
LaMarcus Aldridge at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 80% at the line. Knocks down the first.
Number 35, Kevin Durant.
Goes 2 for 2. Bulls have it. Probing the defense. Levine to Ball. Nets have it. Five to shoot. Harden. No good. That's great defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Oh, a lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. First half comes to an end, and the Nets enjoying some breathing room.
I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. These are the guys getting buckets for the Brooklyn Nets. The Bulls were in need of a bit more scoring. if they wanted the halftime lead. They've been scrappy, doing their best to be competitive. We'll see if their efforts are more rewarded in the second half. Have a look at the leading scores for the Chicago Bulls.
First half stats. Player of the half.
Kevin Durant was lighting up the scoreboard in the first half. And I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure out what it'll take to slow him down. He looks like he's in a zone.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Harden into the front court. The lead stands at 10. To Durant. It's Harden. Rebound comes to Vucevic. And scores on the step back.
All right, you got the first bucket of the second half. Now get a stop, because honestly, that's where your troubles were in the first.
Harden, down low, Aldridge. Nikola Vucevic with the block. Fourth this contest. Chicago basketball. Almost unlucky bounce. To Harden. Here comes the screen.
Won't go. When I saw this team come out and warm up, everybody looked focused. They looked into the game before the game even started. I saw a completely different team at halftime. Guys were coasting around. Guys were talking to girls in the stands. Guys were playing around with the ball boys. They weren't focused, and it's showing up right now in the second half.
To Durant. Deep left corner. Harden to Allen Crabbe. Millsap knocks down the three-pointer.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those three things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Nothing going here on that drive. Paul Millsap rejects it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
To the rim, lays it up and in.
And for the money Crabbe got, he better be a professional scorer, getting it done the hard way.
Lonzo Ball with the rock. Lonzo Ball. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
Oh, my goodness. Someone please patch me into the arena intercom. Clean up on aisle 3.
Aldridge to Millsap. To Allen Crabbe. 4-3. Tough shot. No good for Allen Crabbe. Ball to Zach LaVine. Paul Millsap. Huge block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
To Millsap. Scores from the post.
This is why I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
To Ball. DeRozan. Had a chance, but it's no good. Harden to Millsap. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Paul Millsap at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 73%. Free throw good to cap off the three-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter. DeRozan with the basketball. To Ball. Surveys the floor. Zach LaVine. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
A two-time dunk champion, I love watching Zach LaVine play. But you can't become obsessed with just attacking the rim. You have to continue to expand your game and really give Chicago that lead guard that they haven't had since D. Rose.
Taken by Vucevic. Lonzo with it. Trailing by 14. To LaVine. Paul Millsap with a piece.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Durant to Millsap. Shot from the lane won't go. Ball with the basketball. 14-point deficit to DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan now 3 for 9.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Irving to Millsap, leaving no doubt, slams it down.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Screen coming. LaVine. Off the assist.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
Irving to Durant. There's a pass stolen by Chicago.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Brooklyn's got it. Takes stock of the floor. Nikola Vucevic sends it away. Ooh, 5 now.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
To Ball. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
Irving to Durant. Here comes the screen. Irving. They'll work it down to Millsap. Got it.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Now the Bulls will take the timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now. DeRozan here against Harden. Ball to Stanley Johnson. DeRozan with a shot off the mark.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
To Millsap. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Short jumper stays out. Griffin driving, but his shot won't go down. Trying to cash in. The Nets have the rebound. To Harden. Griffin. They get it down to Millsap. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
To Ball. Knocks it down off the step back.
You know, everyone gets lucky from time to time. You played the probability game perfectly on that possession.
To Millsap. He throws it down. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
Chicago possession. Ball to Stanley Johnson. Here comes the screen. Johnson goes to the left side. The screen sets him up for two.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Durant across the timeline. Up a dozen. Griffin to Millsap. Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended. On the follow. Way to stay with it. Now whistle. We'll get a timeout called by Chicago as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Temple matched up with Aldridge.
2 minutes left in the third.
Time to shoot for the Bulls. Has a chance. Now a shot by Temple. No good. Harden with it up top. They lead it by 14. Flushes it home.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
It's Chicago ball. Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. From long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And that's what this game is. As the game plays, you have to adjust on the fly. That delivers the element of surprise.
Into the front court, it's Irving. Counting down toward a minute to play in this third quarter. Short jumper off the mark. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Joe Harris trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 77% at the line. Free throw try, off the mark. Chicago with the possession. To Stanley Johnson. Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. Chicago with 4 to shoot. Here's a chance from long range. Creates the space to bury the 3 on the step back.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Kyrie across the timeline. The lead is 12. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Kyrie Irving at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 87% from the line. Off the mark on his free throw. Tried to slam it down, but it comes out. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That'll do it. Third quarter complete. It's been all net so far. The Bulls in possession as we start the fourth quarter. And they're not totally out of it just yet, but you'd have to say they have lots of work to do to get back in this game.
They probably have to put together some kind of 10-0 run to get back in this ballgame, but this is when an opportunity has a chance to become magical. I've been part of it, and I've seen it happen so many different times. Just because a team has been dominating you the last couple of quarters doesn't mean that you can't start believing in yourself, that you can do anything you want to do on the court at any given time. You watch, once you start to believe, you'll get back in this game.
Aldridge to Durant. Doesn't get the bounce. To Stanley Johnson. Here comes the screen. To Vucevic. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
You see, Ed, skill levels at this game are at an all-time high. Inside-out threats are tough. You got to make it hard for him to actually catch the ball in those higher percentage areas.
Irving. Not that time. To shoot for the Bulls and finishes strong. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Durant to Irving. 5 on the shot clock. Kyrie. Missed it. Not much more you could ask for from the defense there. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Chicago with 4 to shoot. Lets it fly from long range, and it's rebounded by Durant. To Irving. Rises for the slam.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To Irving. To Durant. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. The Nets now with 4 to shoot. Irving. Tough shot. Well defended. To Stanley Johnson. Here comes the screen. To Stanley Johnson. Beyond the arc for 3. Tough shot there for Stanley Johnson. No good. Irving brings the ball up court to Durant. Probing the defense. Durant. Down low, Aldridge. Off the mark.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
To Stanley Johnson. Can't connect. Irving into the front court. He'll run the offense. Durant. That one off the mark. It's no good.
Match up, y'all. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
I wasn't necessarily sure which way that PNR was going, but I guess neither was the defense. That makes 2 of us.
Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the 4th quarter.
And this is where habits come into play. Players think they can turn that switch on and off at their beckoning call, but it doesn't work that way. That's why coaches talk about practicing good habits on a daily basis, because they show up in the 4th.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Irving to Durant.
Number 14.
To Irving. Over to the right side. Griffin. Shot clock violation. Fred Hoiberg making some changes to his lineup. Ball to Zach LaVine. To Vucevic. Tough shot. It's got to go up to go in.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
To Irving. To Durant. Brooklyn with 4 to shoot. Down low for Griffin. Oh, emphatic slam.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you headhunt.
Levine. Here comes the screen. Reset here. Let's see what they do. Levine. To Vucevic. Count the bucket for 2.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. He's 3 for 7.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Here comes the screen. Levine to Ball. Gets it in the right corner. To Ball. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Lonzo Ball hits the tough shot. The defender played it well. Lonzo strikes.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Driving right to the basket. He wants it at the rim and scores.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Defense making the ball handler work. Short jumper won't go down.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Bulls with it. Lonzo Ball, defended by the former Longhorn Aldridge. Has a look. Won't go. He can do better than that.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
To Irving. A bad pass, and the Bulls have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Ball. Trying to cash in. Selden shot off the mark. To Irving. Nikola Vucevic snatching it out of the air. Incredible. 6 tonight.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Now the Nets going to take a timeout. That's their first. Leaves them with 1 remaining the rest of the way.
And I've been seeing a lot of barking back and forth between the players and the fans. I actually like that. I think that gets the players more engaged in the game, in particular sometimes when the game seems like it's dead air.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Number 10, DeMar DeRozan. Into the game for the Nets.
Harden with the basketball. It's a 9-point lead. Bulls with the basketball. Now ready to shoot at the line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Team foul number 1 for the Chicago Bulls. Number 24 to the line for 2.
Can't connect on the first free throw. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. to Aldridge. Harden to Aldridge. Rebound comes to Vucevic. Ball with it up top. His club's staring up at an 8-point deficit. Has a chance. Jumper's good.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
KD with the rock. Curling inside. Harden to Durant. Griffin to Harden. Fires the 3. Off the mark.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Blake Griffin sends it away.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
DeRozan with it. Margins 8. Here comes the screen. DeRozan here against LaMarcus Aldridge. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
Bread and butter. And there are few that can do it better off the screen.
Griffin to Durant. The Nets now with 4 to shoot. Durant. And it's Ball crashing in for the rebound. DeRozan with the basketball. The deficit is 6. Has a look. He scores on the step back. Jay, how did he get free? There's the whistle and an intentional foul. Just their first in the final 2 minutes, so no free throws yet. They'll take the ball out of bounds.
Too close to call right now. We're in clock management mode. That was a good play.
It's the Nets who are victorious as they win this one by 4. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. When you look at these highlights, you can see how this team was able to earn the victory in this matchup. Great game by this squad. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Brooklyn Nets. The Bulls are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss. They shot exceptionally well from beyond the arc, but even that long-range efficiency wasn't enough for them to get the win. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Chicago Bulls.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Kevin Durant seemed to think he could only score points with dunks in this game. Again and again. He kept throwing them down, and it was just astonishing. What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.